Hello, and welcome to the next video in our series of How to Sell Honeywell RMUs. This video presents what you will need to know about our JetWave SATCOM hardware and associated JetConnect services. As a reminder, please note that this video is intended for the exclusive use of our channel partner sales professionals and is not intended for customer viewing. Now, aircraft passengers can access the internet at speeds like they can get at their home and office. JetWave is the Honeywell brand name for our new SATCOM system that provides broadband internet connectivity in flight and on the ground. If you've heard of JetWave, then you probably know that Inmarsat has completed their 3 new Ka-band I-5 satellite network. This is the newest generation of satellites following their L-band I-4 Swift broadband network that has been in operation since 2007. JetWave consists of 4 main boxes plus an airplane personality module or configuration module. The Ka Aircraft Data Unit, or CAN-DO, is used primarily to steer the antenna to keep it locked on the satellite. The CAN-DO would typically be installed in an equipment bay outside the pressure vessel. The Modem Manager, or ModMan, contains the satellite modem and interfaces with the various aircraft systems. It can be mounted outside the pressure vessel as well, but inside is better. The Ka Radio Frequency Unit, CARFU, converts the satellite signal to RF frequency and vice versa, and is also the high-power amplifier. The CARFU is co-located with the antenna up on top of the tail of the aircraft. Of the 2 antennas seen here, the tail mount antenna is appropriate for most business aviation aircraft and would be located under the tail cap radome. The fuselage mount version is for air transport category aircraft and mounts on the fuselage under a radome. When Swift Broadband was introduced, it was a big improvement over the previous system, Swift 64, in both speed and cost to the operator. Swift Broadband provides data rates in excess of half a megabit per second, and in 2007, that was blazing fast for an aircraft. Now with JetWave, speeds up to 15 megabits per second are possible. Inmarsat and Honeywell have branded the I-5 network as JetConnects in the business aviation industry. The constellation consists of 3 very powerful Boeing-built satellites that are in geostationary orbit over the equator. The broad footprint of these satellites covers all land masses and most major flight routes with the exception of the polar regions. Each satellite overlaps the other by as much as 900 nautical miles, which also increases the coverage footprint. The large ellipses you see here are referred to as global beams. Each satellite also transmits on 72 active spot beams, which are exclusively designed for mobile assets. JetConnects uses a technology referred to as make before break. This ensures that the next spot beam is available to take control before the handoff is made, resulting in a seamless handoff that the user will never even notice. By comparison, here's an example of a Ku-band network coverage area. When operators fly from under one satellite to the next, they typically experience delayed handoffs because there are many different satellites that result in obvious coverage gaps. Satellite handoff is also much slower because the Ku-band relies on least transponder time on someone else's satellite, and the user experience varies because the different types of satellites and configuration. JetConnects, powered by Inmarsat, who owns and operate not only the satellite, but also the multiple ground stations throughout the world. We provide multiple redundancies to ensure continuous connectivity. This way, they have total end-to-end responsibility for the quality of the network. Again, the answer is coverage and guaranteed speeds. Viasat, as a system operating on airlines today that provides coverage over North America, and have partnered with Eutelsat that provides some limited coverage in Europe. Later this year, they plan to launch a second satellite, Viasat 2, that will close the gap over the North Atlantic. However, you will see large coverage gaps over the majority of the world, even after the launch of Viasat-2. Only JetConnex provides guaranteed bandwidth. For example, with JetConnex, a flight from LA to Paris nonstop will maintain continuous connection under the Atlantic Ocean region footprint without a single handoff. JetWave will be a bit more susceptible to precipitation interference or rain fade than KU. JetConnex addresses rain fade through its redundant satellite access station ground network. JetWave is fully capable of operating on the ground, but operators will need to be aware that some countries may have their own limitations they will have to abide by. This is another example of where Swift Broadband serves as a valuable backup. The switchover from SwiftBroad to JetWave can be handled seamlessly by most routers. The majority of today's routers also offer the ability to receive both 3G and 4G LTE cellular signals and can broadcast them throughout the aircraft. So it's unlikely that the passengers would ever be totally disconnected from the internet while on the ground. Inmarsat is the ultimate source of airtime, and in the business aviation industry, Honeywell is the master distributor of that airtime. We have set up 5 distribution partners, or DPs, who buy the airtime from Honeywell and then resell it to the operators. These DPs not only sell the airtime, but are required to be able to offer all levels of troubleshooting assistance on the JetWave hardware. Honeywell has purchased Satcom1, so now operators have the option of getting hardware and airtime services from Honeywell. JetWave will also be included in the Honeywell Avionics Protection Program, or HAP, and exchange equipment will be available through our specs pool. Of course, if the operators choose Honeywell Satcom1, they will automatically get Honeywell support by default. These are the structures of the various JetConnect packages or service level agreements. Operators would choose a package based on their needs and specific budget. Each higher level package from JX1 to JX5 contains a larger bucket of data or monthly data allowance and offers higher speeds both on and off the aircraft. Any unused data, up to 50% of the monthly allowance, can be rolled over to the next month. This is another big difference between JetWave and the competition. For any other system out there today, the minimum throughput or speed is 0. With JetConnex, Inmarsat provides a committed information rate, or SIR, that is the minimum guaranteed data rate that operators can always expect to see for both transmit and receive. MIR, or maximum information rate, is the fastest speed that they will experience. So from this chart, if you look at JX3, for example, you will see a SIR of 2.6 megabits per second to the aircraft or download direction, and then 0.6 megabits per second off the aircraft or in the upload direction. The MIR would be 7.7 and 1.2 megabits per second, respectively. You can also see your monthly allowance is 40 gigabytes of data. In the far column, you can also see that the suggested MSRP price for the various packages. These are monthly costs and allow operators to not only pick the plan that meets their data needs and budget, but also allows them to include that cost in their annual budget. The actual subscription cost and additional value-added services will be set by the various distribution partners. So to recap, Honeywell's JetWave hardware and Inmarsat's JetConnex network provide high-speed internet connectivity at guaranteed data rates, worldwide coverage,
with an array of service plans provided by a choice of distribution partners. To learn more about this new solution, please contact your Honeywell Area Sales Manager and be sure to check out our website at aerospace.honeywell.com.